This could break the cosmetics and big pharma industry in half. A method so powerful, it's designed to restore your youthful appearance, make the fine lines and wrinkles in your face vanish, rejuvenating your whole complexion in a matter of weeks. It has been conveniently ignored by all mainstream media. Big pharma paid doctors simply refuse to acknowledge its existence. Your dermatologist won't say a word about it. And yet, once the secret gets in the public eye, it will shatter the multi-billion-dollar corrupt anti-aging market and turn their profits into dust. So if you're here, turn up the sound, pay close attention, and grab a pen and a paper, because you're 90 seconds away from the most important discovery of your life.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Swanson, and in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to tell you how an embarrassing family incident led me to discover a natural anti-aging remedy that's been used for centuries by the inhabitants of a beautiful exotic island just 775 miles away from us, and how its incredible rejuvenation properties can fully repair skin damage, enhance your youth, and make you look 15 years younger, without aesthetic interventions, face-damaging surgeries, and overpriced cosmetic creams and serums. And that's not all. I'll show you how even though this method has been known for centuries by people that have only recently included modern medicine into their healing practices, there's actually scientific evidence found, such as this landmark study by a world-renowned team of scientists from Harvard University, suggesting it may work for anyone, no matter how deep the wrinkles around your eyes are, no matter if you're 20 or 80, and no matter how bad the damage to your skin actually is. You see, despite what you were led to believe, the real reason why your skin is aging so fast and makes you feel old before your time is the sole result of an unnatural outside process that penetrates your skin's layers and viciously attacks your cells, and causes almost irreversible damage to your once glowing complexion, making you look 10 years older both physically and mentally. But worry not, because once you understand how this process works, you'll be able to repair the damage it has done to you, rejuvenate your skin, and bring back its natural shine in just a matter of weeks. In fact, this solution has been proven to work for anyone, no matter how advanced the wrinkles around your eyes are, no matter how deep the lines on your forehead have gotten, no matter how bad the creases around your mouth have become, or if you've stood powerless as your skin was suffering one blow after another for the last 20 years without stop. So if you've been hopelessly watching your skin age faster and faster as the days pass by, with doctors constantly leaving you disappointed and in tears every time you step into their office, and if you're tired of hearing them claim aging is just a natural process no one escapes from, it's okay to have your doubts right now. I understand. After all, you've been misled and manipulated all this time, with doctor after doctor working to talk you into thinking that the only way to revitalize your aging skin is through dangerous facelifts, damaging fillers, painfully expensive lasers, and ridiculously costly creams and oils that contain nothing more than chemicals and carcinogenic substances. But this changes now. Because no matter how old you are and how severely damaged your complexion is, and even if all this sounds too good to be true, you simply cannot afford to miss this presentation, as I promise you, it will change your life. Over 78,000 women and men of all ages from all around the world have already followed this routine and rejuvenated their skin naturally. Let's hear some of their stories. Evangeline Pearson, 47 years old from Seattle, Washington, says, "After just a few weeks, the lines on my forehead had vanished, my eyes received a natural lift, and as the time passed, it kept getting better." Jillian Madden, 41 years old from Orlando, Florida, says, "I tried it day and night exactly as you've said, and although the first days nothing changed, it was only a few weeks later that I started looking different. Wrinkles were smoother and the lines around my mouth had gone completely. You have absolutely no idea what a lifesaver this is. You're great, keep up the good work." Caroline Nolan, 66 years old from Baltimore, Maryland, says, "This works. At 66, many folks say I look 40. This one definitely made a huge difference. My skin is glowing and I didn't experience even a moment of dry skin. In fact, my skin looked very hydrated and those fine lines aren't even visible anymore. Bless you." This is why I came forward with a solution to help thousands of women and even men revitalize their face without losing a fortune, without undergoing sadistic surgeries or resorting to overpriced injection therapies. And I should know better, because not too long ago, I was in their shoes. You see, I've always watched my diet, led a healthy lifestyle, and took good care of my skin. I've never smoked, not even once. I avoided alcohol, and I've always been drinking gallons of water. But still, things took a nasty turn. Suddenly, at the age of 35, I started noticing fine lines around my face. At first, I couldn't believe it. But week after week and month after month, my skin was starting to sag. becoming looser at a rapid pace. My eyes were swollen, and the crow's feet around them looked like little sculpted crevices. My colleagues started joking that whatever I was doing when I went home at night, sleep wasn't it. That day, I came home crying. When I finally went to a well-renowned dermatologist, he claimed that some people age faster than others and that our 30s was a starting point for wrinkle acceleration. He recommended a list of products like creams and serums, oils, all of them sponsored by large pharmaceutical multinational corporations and staggeringly expensive. To which he said that you get what you pay for, and if I truly wanted to see results, then I shouldn't think about the cost. The first month I started using a so-called anti-aging glow solution, my skin started feeling heavy and oily. Now, the sensation of so many products on your face is not only uncomfortable, but leaves you feeling sticky, dirty, and can even make you nauseous. Not to mention this unbearable combination, along with the long heat of the summer and all this sweat running down your eyes and neck. Yuck. Then I tried extreme fasting. I was literally starving myself, but as I was inevitably losing weight, I ended up with unexpected results. You see, the fat over my face muscles started depleting, making my wrinkles and dark circles even more prominent. Not only that, but a variety of the amino acids and vitamins started to diminish in my body, which really made my complexion a complete mess, along with causing me other health problems. And believe me, it was awful. So I went back to my doctor and asked him for something more powerful that wouldn't interfere with my diet and wouldn't make me, if you'll allow me, look like a corpse. He tried talking me into Botox, which I dismissed immediately since I've seen so many ladies and even young women walking around disfigured. There was this acquaintance of mine that had her whole forehead and eyes swollen so bad that she couldn't see anything at all because of this procedure. And it was a process that needed to be done every couple of months, with a cost ranging from $300 to $4,000 per visit. I really couldn't see where risking my health, spending my hard-earned savings for something that could go horribly wrong was a good idea. Then he suggested dermafiller injections with hyaluronic acid or other substances costing around $600 to $1,000 per syringe, claiming that it's a 100% safe method and the substance dissolves eventually after 6 months to a year. Again, a blatant lie, since recent x-rays have shown that the acid doesn't actually dissolve on its own but just ends up moving around your face. That didn't sound good at all. I could also go with a facial lift, which would cost an arm and a leg somewhere around $11,780 to be more precise. But going under the knife with no guarantee of success was absolutely unthinkable. I don't care how sure and trusting my doctor may seem, we're talking about surgery here. Definitely not something to be taken lightly. Going under the knife isn't a walk in the park. And as simple as plastic surgeons and dermatologists try to make it sound, I guarantee you it's not. Actually, facelift surgery can have serious complications if done wrong, with side effects that may be permanent and even life-threatening. I'd already done my research and signed up to countless forums and Facebook pages, reading and hearing horror stories that made my skin crawl. The thing is that these practices, even if they work, aim to rejuvenate your physical appearance, but they don't treat the real cause of your problem. Which means that even if you see minor results, if there are any, they're not going to last. There are lasers that you could try, risking scarring, decoloration, hyperpigmentation, and infections, all for a low, low price of $2,330 per session. So after crossing these off my list, I decided to take things into my own hands, looking for any other existing solution I could find which wasn't as dangerous. For instance, I tried chemical peelings that hurt like hell and left my skin burning and red. Elixirs, exercises, powerful herbal oils, and even face yoga classes, I've tried them all one by one. In fact, I was so desperate that I actually convinced myself that my skin was actually starting to look better and that my wrinkles had become smoother. Of course, that wasn't really the case. I wish I'd known about this simple solution before this humiliating and embarrassing incident. Of all the crazy things, my husband organized a visit to this amusement park for me and the kids, something I've always enjoyed. He said he couldn't see me like this anymore, that we needed a breath of fresh air, all of us as a family. But instead, it turned into a humiliating story in front of dozens of people. When it was our turn to get the tickets from the reception, the lady looked at John and kindly said to him, "Sir, I don't recommend your mother gets on the roller coaster. Last week, a grandma accompanying her grandchildren suffered a severe stroke. We've been very cautious since then." I felt like I had just gotten hit in the face with a tidal wave. It was one of those moments that you don't think are real, you're probably dreaming, and any second now you'll hear the alarm go off, waking you up. Did I really look so old? Was my skin so wrinkled and loose? Will people be confusing me as my husband's mother from now on? No, she's not my mother, she's my wife, John said in a hurry, throwing worried looks in my direction. "Oh, I'm sorry, I probably need glasses, don't mind me," she answered in an attempt to save the day. But it was too late. The damage was already done. Needless to say, I didn't get on that ride or any other, instead sitting all alone waiting for John and the kids to come back. When we arrived home, John told me to get a grip on myself and not give up. "I've done everything there is. What should I do next? Botch my face?" I exclaimed, tired. "Do you remember my grandmother?" John said. "I believe she can help us," he added. Now you see, John's grandmother came from the beautiful island of Okinawa, the land of immortals, as the rest of the world calls them. It's home to women with the highest life expectancy rates in the world. People there are extremely healthy, even in their senior years, away from modern-day diseases that plague the US and the rest of the world. Most importantly, this island is home to the youngest-looking women on our planet. And the reason these people have found the fountain of youth lies behind their unique and rich culture, a pure and non-modern way of living and eating. In fact, John's grandmother's family has been farming and using all sorts of herbs and plants, trying different combinations that they use for healing purposes. They even have a family book with huge chapters specifically dedicated to skincare and youthfulness, a compendium that has been passed down for dozens of generations. I remembered clearly that John's grandmother living on this island looked 20 years younger than her age, and I remember how everyone used to compliment her when she came to visit us in the States. But still, I couldn't see how she would help me. John insisted, however, saying that I had nothing to lose. When we got there, the first thing she told me was this: "Jennifer, I promise you, just be patient for a few weeks and your skin is going to look as smooth and silky as a newborn baby's is." Now, even though her words and intentions were truly touching, and I was in awe of her community who was famous for their radiant and youthful appearance, I couldn't wrap my mind around how an old lady would put an end to my aging skin when modern medicine and cosmetology weren't able to do so. And how on earth could this happen in a matter of weeks? But I was feeling so desperate and humiliated after the incident at the amusement park that I just smiled and told her I couldn't wait to get started. So the next morning, John's grandmother told me to apply this paste that she had made for me from locally grown ingredients. "It's to help and rejuvenate your skin," she said with a smile. I forced a smile back even though I didn't feel it. Still, I applied it to my face. To be honest, it smelled so good and felt so refreshing. A week later, I was still following this routine every single day. At first, I didn't notice any significant changes, except for the fact that I felt my skin texture was lighter and my complexion looked a little bit healthier. I was mentally drained once again, thinking that as I had expected, I wasn't seeing any improvements. But John's grandmother was there to encourage me and keep me going. That is, until the morning when I woke up and washed my face and something was different. You see, I used to feel my skin loose and crepey, causing me to immediately get upset. Not a good way to start the day. But this time was the total opposite. When I splashed water onto my face and started washing it in, I felt my skin tight and smooth under my palms, like someone else's skin. For a mere second, I thought I was still sleeping. So I quickly rinsed off my cleansing gel and looked in the mirror. I closed my eyes, then I opened them again. And I got so close to my reflection in the mirror that my nose almost touched the mirror. It was unbelievable. My face had almost 0 wrinkles. I ran into the bedroom, grabbed a mirror, and went straight to the backyard where the morning sun was shining. I wanted a better look in full sunlight. I'll have to say, it was quite shocking. For the first time in years, I looked at my reflection and didn't turn my head away. My skin was silky and radiant, and I looked like I was in my early 30s. Of course, there were still minor creases and lines. Still, the crepey and wrinkled face era was over. This was the boost I needed to keep following the routine for as much time as it was needed. Every day, I applied the spectacular mix on my face, and every day, John's grandmother would check on me about my progress. It was amazing. After a few weeks, my skin was glowing and it had a velvet sensation every time I touched it. Not only that, but I looked younger than I actually was. I couldn't even remember the last time my face was so radiant and my complexion so clear and smooth. No wrinkles, no lines, no loose skin, no crow's feet around my eyes, nothing. It was the most incredible thing ever. In just a matter of weeks, I had clear, smooth, and tight skin like never before, not even in my 20s. John's grandmother advised me to keep using the solution for another 30 days to make sure that the results would be long-lasting. I continued to use the recipe religiously every single day, amazed by my progress. In just a matter of weeks, I had officially rejuvenated my skin texture and minimized my damaged and wrinkled complexion just by following an old Okinawan concoction. Who would have guessed? And just when I thought things couldn't get any better, somehow they did. I stopped breaking out. My skin didn't get red and splotchy as if I stayed out for a long time under the sun. One day I was so exhausted from work that I slept with my makeup on. Not a single line, Not the tiniest of pimples appeared on my face. No matter how much I would overwork myself. No matter if I just got a few hours of sleep 5 days in a row, my skin remained intact and glossy. You know those days when you have so many things to do you can't afford to sleep as much as you need? That time of the month is due and your hormones go crazy, and then your skin starts breaking out with wrinkles getting deeper like they're chiseled into your skin? Well, that never happens to me again. The mixture John's grandmother prepared for me was a blend of specific elements with the sole aim of reconstructing damaged and aging skin so that the aging process is slowed down. I've lost count as to how many times I've thanked her for her valuable and incredible help. I've told her that she's a better doctor than any of those I had been to, hanging their degrees with pride on their office walls while they act like they're some sort of god. And her answer was the call that burst my bubble and brought me back to reality. She told me, "You know what's sad? That scientists and doctors are discovering the same things that we, the people from Okinawa, have been knowing for centuries. Yet if we were to talk about it publicly, no one would believe us, calling us crazy old fools. But if a scientist says it, then it must be true. Dear Jennifer, you now live in another world. When you have a problem, you go to the doctor who gives you pills. Those pills create other problems, and then you take more pills, getting caught in a whirlpool you can't escape from. But the worst thing is that you choose this life for yourself. Tell me, if I came to you before your unfortunate incident in the amusement park and told you that there's a method for you to use that will regenerate your skin, would you have listened? No, you would have thought that I was an old lady out of her mind because modern medicine is what you trust. But now that your medicine has disappointed you so brutally, you're willing to give this Okinawan method a go. And so you're seeing what you've missed all these years. All I can tell you is that I was left speechless. And then I decided to visit my doctor. And what's striking is that the one who was surprised wasn't him, but me. He complimented my face and said my plastic surgeon had done an outstanding job. He then started writing down a staggeringly expensive anti-aging solution once again. It will help with the maintenance, he said dryly. The possibility that my face wasn't the result of plastic surgery didn't even cross his mind. When I told him that I didn't have a facelift, he looked at me saying that I shouldn't be ashamed, and that's what I should have done in the first place. I then put my hair behind my ears where I pointed out there were no scars. He came even closer to take a better look at me and then frowned. He was staring at me like an alien. He just couldn't understand what happened. And to be honest, neither could I. So I decided to do a little research and see what's behind John's grandmother's paste. There had to be a scientific reason behind it, and I was going to discover it. I started with the ingredients. The first one that caught my attention was Okinawan fenugreek. The Okinawan fenugreek is a powerful local herb that the Okinawans have been using for centuries in order to rejuvenate and moisturize the skin on their face and neck, preserve its firmness and tightness, and keep it as healthy and naturally glowing as in their golden years, looking even 20 years younger than their actual age. This Okinawan superfood contains vitamin C, A, B6, thiamine, folic acid, riboflavin, and niacin. All these vitamins work together to protect and optimize the connective tissues of our body that not only benefit our skin, nails, and hair, but speed cell turnover and collagen maintenance, which in turn protects the structural base of our skin, reduces inflammatory reactions, and speeds up the healing process of wounds. For instance, vitamins like niacin live inside our skin cells. They support our immune system and repair damaged DNA whenever they have to. But as it turns out, and according to scientific evidence in the International Journal of Molecular Science, Mutagenesis, and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published both by Oxford academics and the journal Maternal, Fetal, and Neonatal Medicine, this spectacular ancient herb and its exceptional nutrients preserve and increase an extremely important enzyme when it comes to our cell's lifespan, known as telomerase. Now here's when things get very interesting. So listen closely. Telomerase is a protein inside our body with the sole job of protecting our telomeres. According to the Stanford University School of Medicine and an article published in the Scientific Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Metabolic Care, it has been proven that depletion of telomeres leads to premature aging. Telomeres are the shield our skin cells use in order to be able to replicate themselves and maintain our youthful appearance. This includes most of our cells that eventually start malfunctioning, cannot divide properly, and ultimately die. This cellular complication is due to telomere shortage, which is the barrier that our cells need for growth, maintenance, and replication. Think about the turtles. They use their shell to protect their body, but if it gets destroyed, they become vulnerable and exposed. The same thing happens to our bodies. Once our bodies start losing the telomeres, our cells get vulnerable and weak. This process eventually leads to their passing and causes our skin to lose its elasticity and flexibility. Once your skin loses elasticity, it means that its ability to maintain its current shape is not possible, and as a result, it gets saggy. As the skin becomes more fragile, wrinkles and fine lines start forming on the surface of your face, in part due to the fact that it now has a rough texture caused by water and collagen depletion. When you look at your own reflection, you are shocked at how fast and how deep the wrinkles and the aging signs have spread across your face, even in places you had no idea that wrinkles and lines may appear. What I couldn't understand, though, is why I had crepey and wrinkled skin. Yet John's grandmother looked 10 years younger than me. Why was my body so different from hers? And how were we Americans different from the people of Okinawa? So I kept digging deeper. And what I stumbled upon shocked me. A study published in the scientific journal PLOS Genetics explained that telomeres can be affected by free radicals that are unleashed in the environment. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, free radicals penetrate our bodies and mutilate our cells, which eventually affects the state of our skin. Free radicals are small molecules that attack our bodies, hijacking our cells, impairing telomerase function, and finally causing telomere reduction. And the reason these particles are so dangerous is because they are tiny and non-visible to the eye. And the most dreadful thing is this: they are everywhere. They rove free in the atmosphere and the environment. They can even be found in our homes. From our water and food to the air we breathe and the sunlight itself, they viciously attack our skin and body from the inside out. They bypass our defenses and reach our body's tissues, reaching to the deeper layers of our skin while doing their dirty little job. And the Okinawans have been battling them for ages. To my utter shock, I found this report from the Japanese Ministry of Environment, which showed that pollution in Japan was preeminent even from the 1800s and got out of hand after 1945. The Okinawans were and still are the ones affected the most. And despite the dangerous and highly damaging pollution levels, these people look 10 and 20 years younger than their actual age and are reported to be among the healthiest in the world, living exceptionally long lives. This is why they've been developing and enhancing their powerful rituals to protect their skin and bulletproof their overall health. And John's grandmother's blend was so potent and effective that it was attacking the problem on two fronts. First, the extraordinary Okinawan elements had the ability to flush out the dangerous molecules from our system. And second, they could repair the damage the particles had done and improve the elasticity and flexibility of the skin by increasing and preserving the telomeres inside our body, resulting in an extremely youthful appearance and optimal well-being. I was speechless. I looked over the next ingredient, and it was retinol. Now, retinol has been praised as the holy grail of anti-aging by multiple Ivy League institutions and research hubs all around the globe, such as Harvard University, scientific journals published in the U.S. National Library of Medicine, and the Scientific Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, to name just a few, describe in detail the glorious anti-aging benefits this mineral has. Retinol, known as vitamin A, is a powerful nutrient responsible for eliminating wrinkles, fine lines, large pores, patches, and age spots all over the face. This exceptional element is, in fact, so strong and rich in anti-aging properties that it acts at multiple levels. It first fights off and neutralizes the free radicals that attack your skin and are responsible for shortening your telomeres, a process that causes your skin cells to suffer. While it makes sure the tiny particles get extinguished, it starts reversing the damage the molecules have done to your skin, and every single fragment that's responsible to maintain the skin flexible, smooth, plump, and youthful is switched on. And here's where retinol's power unfolds at 700%. The vitamin is able to regulate telomerase and the length of your telomeres directly and independently of cell maturation. This means that even if your cells collapse, retinol can jump in and save the day, maintaining your skin and its state unaffected. Now, the telomeres are indeed the main mechanism behind the anti-aging activation process, but retinol makes sure to stimulate the production of hyaluronic acid and collagen in your skin, and even halt the damage the already existing collagen in your system suffers. All these compounds work together to activate the one thing your body and skin has been stolen from: the youthful and healthy appearance Mother Nature had intended for every single woman to have on this earth from the moment they were born. Plus, retinol, apart from restoring the youthful and attractive appearance of the skin, also stimulates blood flow in the tiny blood vessels under the skin, giving it this pink complexion and eliminating hyperpigmentation and illnesses like psoriasis. The third ingredient on the list was safflower seed oil, something I was familiar with. Safflower seed oil contains an active component known as thymoquinone, an antioxidant that specifically targets and fights the free radicals that basically suffocate the skin cells, allowing cracking of the outer layer of the skin, causing lines and sagginess. Another extremely important antioxidant, vitamin E, is also found inside the oil's composition. Both thymoquinone and vitamin E stand as a fortress against the toxins and preserve the telomeres, encouraging new cell growth. Seed oils, another powerful ingredient, is vitamin D. According to research found in the scientific journal of Frailty and Aging, vitamin D has been proved to protect and enhance telomere acceleration, and as a result, supports optimal cellular function. Specifically, the vitamin plays a vital role in telomere biology and is responsible for their stability inside our systems. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Oxford Academics showed that telomeres were way longer in women who had higher levels of vitamin D in their system compared to those with low levels. This was the equivalent of 5 years of aging. Since it boosts the skin's immune barrier, cell growth is rapidly increasing, and the revival of the skin's radiance and glow through the vanishing of wrinkles and lines is accelerating. The next one in John's grandmother's mix was potassium. According to the Scientific Journal of Dermatological Science, potassium acts as a natural moisturizer. It plays an important role when it comes to igniting new skin growth by combining with telomeres and extending them. Potassium even battles all skin conditions like acne, spots, scars, and dry skin. This is because potassium's greater benefit lies in its hydrating power. The mineral regulates the amount of water in our cells so they can keep the skin moisturized from the inside out. As your body takes its time to prolong its telomeres and revitalize the skin, the Okinawans added shea butter. Shea butter's elements include linoleic acid that moisturizes the skin and offers maximum protection against free radicals that break down the telomeres and cause wrinkles. Now, according to Oregon State University, oleic fatty acids are powerful moisturizing nutrients that strengthen the membrane of our skin cells, protect the skin barriers from free radicals, and thanks to their anti-inflammatory abilities, they repair skin damage caused by conditions such as psoriasis and rosacea. Overall, shea butter surges collagen production, a protein that makes up 70% of our body and is found in our tissues, as another study from Harvard University shows. And you should know that collagen as a protein contributes to strong and hydrated skin. Pollutants are constantly at work, breaking it down, causing our skin texture to become dry, forming wrinkles and losing its youthful shine and firmness even more. The list of John's grandmother had 4 more ingredients such as Tilia cordata flower extract, sage leaf extract, saw palmetto, and aloe vera. Scientific magazines like Thyme Open, the Annals of Dermatology, the International Journal of Pharmaceutical Research, and studies published in the U.S. National Library of Medicine describe in detail how all these powerful herbs are full of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant benefits that soothe and plump the skin while cleansing and flushing out pollutants and external pathogens. They support the production of collagen, ensure the replication and growth of cells, all while preserving and strengthening the telomeres. Their properties not only maintain the skin's elasticity and flexibility, but also protect and enhance the growth of longer and darker eyelashes, as well as plumper and more juicy lips. They're creating an armor for external threats such as sun radiation and are powerful healing elements that exterminate puffiness and dark circles around the eyes, dark spots, sun redness, enlarged pores, eczema, wounds and burns, and conditions like psoriasis and rosacea. These ingredients were specifically selected and combined in precise quantities in order to deliver the results the Okinawan people wanted and achieved from the very beginning. Stop the aging clock and maintain a young and attractive appearance that radiates health and glow. Reading all this left me in awe. Next thing I did was to take this paste to my doctor and show him it's actually possible to rejuvenate and regenerate your aging skin. I told him everything. How I was mistaken for my husband's mother, how my skin kept degrading day after day, looking older and more wrinkled despite those treatments he gave me, and how I ended up following an Okinawan solution that revitalized my whole face in just some short weeks. I showed him everything John's grandmother showed me. I was waiting for a wow, and oh my god, but all I got was a disgusted look and a speech that shocked me. My doctor told me that this was old news. A bunch of scientists had already checked out these traditional methods and confirmed they worked, but no one wanted to hear about them now. There are new ways now. There are surgeries, facial lifts, Botox, injections, laser therapies, and modern technology, and if I wanted to follow these ancient methods, maybe I should go live in the woods because I'm not fit for the big city life. I was shocked and puzzled. On one hand, I wanted to slam the door in his face. On the other hand, I knew he was so caught up in his modern reality that nothing could pull him out of it. And then it hit me. How many more people are there just like him? Just like I used to be. How many people trust and follow modern medicine religiously, even though it has disappointed them or even hurt them over and over again? Sure, many of them, just like my doctor, simply refuse to get out of their bubble and try something new, something guaranteed to help them, which had been used by hundreds of thousands of people who've kept their skin and body young and healthy through the centuries. But some of them have no clue there are other ways that are better than the regular methods that are being forced on them. And if they knew, they'd gladly give it a go and witness the marvelous results by themselves. So after thinking it through, I decided to cheat the system and share this formula my own way, without their help. I'll admit, it wasn't easy at all. I needed something very easy to follow, and John's grandmother told me that in order for this to work 100%, the ingredients had to be really high quality and be mixed in exact quantities. So I asked John to help me find the right company to help us manufacture it. We only wanted to work with certified and FDA-approved manufacturers to make sure that we got top quality ingredients. It was an excruciating job. It took us several weeks, but we finally did it. I cried like a child as I was holding the mix that made me a young woman with an attractive and radiant face again. We called it Revisil, the one and only Okinawa-inspired face cream that turns back the aging clock, minimizes wrinkles and aging skin. With its powerful mixture of carefully selected ingredients, this program is the only clinically proven and successfully tested solution by over 78,000 women that aims to make your whole face and body look as young and attractive as in your prime years. In just a matter of weeks, each ingredient was specifically selected for its anti-aging beneficial properties, and when combined together in the right quantities, all these superfoods have the ability to refresh every single part of your skin. Every jar of Revisil is made here in the US in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under extremely sterile, strict, and precise conditions. All jars are non-GMO safe. They do not contain any stimulants or toxins, and there's a reason this groundbreaking program comes in the form of a cream and not a pill. In order to undo years of damage and reduce all the aging symptoms, the skin must be healed from the outside in. Revisil stops the damage and blocks the aging signs by infiltrating the outer layers of the skin, eventually reaching the inner ones. And it regenerates skin cells while lengthening your telomeres. While it does this, it simultaneously nourishes and creates a protective barrier that makes the skin immune against premature aging, the sun, and free radicals. Now, you probably have two questions at this point. How do I get my hands on this incredible face cream? And when and in what quantities should I use it? I'll admit, it's hard for me to answer the first question. The truth is, most of the ingredients used to make this program are really difficult to source, which makes our ability to keep high stocks of Revisil on hand almost impossible. Everyone that has already tested Revisil and revitalized their skin keeps asking us for more jars for themselves and for their families and friends, basically making our stock run out in days every time we get a new shipment. At the same time, we can only produce Revisil in small batches only. Once we run out, you'll have to wait another 3 months. This way we can keep the quality of our product high so it'll be 100% efficient. Since you're here right now, your product is reserved. But if you leave this page, we cannot guarantee supply when you come back. Now, before I answer the second question, when and in what quantities you should apply this cream, there's something very important you need to know. Making this solution work for you depends a lot on what your goal is, how advanced your skin damage is, and how long you've been exposed to the particles. Based on a test we made with our partnering labs, on 8,987 women, while looking at the severity of their wrinkles and lines and the exposure to some of the chemicals, I must say the results were shockingly bad. So our safe response to this is, don't risk it. After seeing the results of that test group, followed by 78,000 women from all over the world, to be sure that Revisil works for everyone that suffers from a rapid aging and creased complexion, we recommend using at least 3 jars of Revisil, enough for a period of 90 days. And if you want to be completely safe and don't take any chances, then we recommend at least 6 jars or more. This way, you'll be absolutely sure you minimize the lines and wrinkles on your face 100%. Amelia Farrell, 54 years old from New York, says, "I am in love with this cream. This cream makes me feel gorgeous. I'm 54 years old, and this cream is already making me look about 45. I can't wait to see what my skin will look like after a few months. It's unbelievable how for the affordable price, it's doing wonders. I love the packaging. The jar is a great size with a lot of product in it." Hannah Newman, 60 years old from Portland, Oregon, says, "My skin looks better than it has looked in probably the last 10 years. Friends even notice a difference in my skin and ask what I was using. I'm incredibly happy with this product and would recommend it to everyone." Meredith Willis, a 53-year-old from Houston, Texas, who writes, "Jennifer, you were absolutely right. This cream is the best thing I've ever applied to my face. I've been using it for quite some time now, and the wrinkles and lines are now history. I've even bought one for my sister. She says the exact same thing. Really, I wish we had found out about it sooner." These are just a few of the 78,000 women and men that have tried the Okinawan face cream ever since I put up this video, and my inbox is full of messages just like these from women who just can't believe they've regenerated their skin naturally. And that's why it was so hard to put a price on it. Because for me, it's more about spreading the word than it is about the money. But unfortunately, in these days, even sharing a revolutionary method like this one doesn't come free. Putting together a system, making the website, spreading it on the internet, and even putting aside some money just in case we ever have to fight those people who are so desperately trying to get the cream removed off the internet, all these things are expensive. To be honest, at first I had no idea how to proceed. So after consulting with John and his grandmother, I decided to make this video and put it up on the internet. So here's how you can be 100% sure the Okinawan solution is the real deal and the results are just as good as promised. First of all, it will cost you pennies compared to all the other alternatives. I am completely against overpriced products because I know exactly what it's like to be tricked into buying expensive stuff that does diddly squat. Some internet experts recommended charging $247 for the cream. My face probably twisted in an unnatural way because they rushed to tell me I could charge even more if $247 isn't enough for me, because a product is really good and it would sell anyway. And yet, I wanted to charge the minimum possible, and I mean the tiniest price they could possibly come up with. Of course, they looked at each other like I was insane and tried to convince me I could get riches, fame, and a special place in paradise with my name written in gold letters. But I kept insisting they come up with a minimal price, so they did as I wished. The result of this productive little talk is that right now I am able to tell you, you won't have to pay $247 or even $147 or even $99. I'm happy to say that today you can finally repair your skin flexibility and elasticity naturally and get Revisil for just $69 and not a penny more. This will be used to keep the website up and running, pay the tech team behind the video, and a little surprise for you, a special customer service team that will be here for you 24/7 to help you with any questions or dilemmas you may have about the solution. And I'm going to do something even better. Our manufacturing partner gave us permission to offer a discount on the 6-jar package of Revisil. You can get them for only $49 per jar, and you also get free shipping for as long as the supply lasts. Now here's the thing. 3 jars of Revisil will eliminate any aging sign from your face and neck. They will also boost eyelash length and strength, plump your lips, eradicate the puffiness and darkness around your eyes, refresh and moisturize your whole complexion, giving your cheeks the slight pinkish color, all while doing the most crucial part, increasing the telomeres that guarantee a speedy regeneration of new cells so that your skin tissues are fully rejuvenated. But there's a reason why almost all of our users smartly choose the 6 jars package. Once you go with the 6 jars package, in just 6 months from now, you'll be able to wake up and see a young and exuberant face in the mirror. It'll ensure that your skin will maintain its radiant and firm texture until the process of increasing your telomeres and producing new cells is completed. Every single wrinkle, line, and aging sign will reduce, giving you a better defined face structure, skyrocketing your attractiveness, and making you feel like the most beautiful woman on God's green earth. Many years from now, you'll still be the same incredibly confident and vibrant woman, leaving everyone speechless as soon as you enter the room, wondering what your secret is for such a glowing and youthful appearance. Now, if this sounds good for you, here's what you need to do next. Select the 6-jar package or any other package you want, hit the button below, and fill in the form on the other page. Once you've secured your order, in 7 days from now, you'll get Revisil right at your doorstep. This program is about to turn your life around. So here's what I'm going to do next. Once you've selected your package below, hit the order button and secure your order. You're going to get a 60-day money-back guarantee on Revisil. No questions asked, no hassle, no red tape. If you don't experience great results with this cream, if you're not excited and happy with an immense glow and sparkle, or just feel the joy that you've always deserved to feel, then just send me an email and I'll refund your entire investment without asking any questions and with no hard feeling whatsoever. Right now, the solution is 1 click away from you. Just click on the button below and we'll have the package sent to your door. You'll have a full 60-day money-back guarantee that protects your investment the whole time, so there's no risk whatsoever. This is a one-time fee for a program that will last you for years to come, if not for a lifetime. So don't waste another second. Select the 6 jars package or any other package you want. Click on the button below and get your wrinkle-free, revitalized, glowing complexion now.